And so I want to make sure we do that for you here on today's calendar. Two numbers I want you to remember. Two numbers I want you to remember. 5 and 1,000. 5 and 1,000. Put that in your chats. I want you to get that. Just put 5 and 1,000. 5 and 1,000. I want you to drill that in your head over and over and over again. 5 and 1,000. 5 and 1,000. 5 and 1,000. I'm giving you basic stuff, but the basic things are what's going to get you paid. 5 and 1,000. What do I mean by 5 and 1,000? When you're looking to do an exposure, you need to look to have 5 qualified prospects, couples count as one, to attend a maybe small setting. Or I am also going to now count the Zooms, but I prefer for you to build a business, what we call belly to belly, as you keep hearing us saying, face to face, hand to hand. There's nothing like a personal touch. Even though high tech is in place, high tech will never replace high touch. High tech will never replace high touch. Now you can use Zooms, but you make sure whenever you're doing a group setting, and what I'm going to talk about today is that you have 5 qualified prospects or more who will actually be able to attend whatever event or be in front of you as you give the presentation. The other thing that you want to look at is the 1,000. Your goal is to have at least $1,000 of qualified volume as a result of your exposure with the 5 qualified prospects. See, I launched a new group of people today. I personally sponsored someone before I left going over into Baltimore. When I came home, I had a plan that I was going to launch the new group. Yes, I'm still doing even your GMA, and we do big crowds and all the things. That's great and that's good. That's the icing on the cake. But the real work is getting in front of 8 to 10 people in a living room and den, like I did as well. I was showing the plan. I've shown the plan this week in homes and done the Zooms just like everyone else, because I am growing a business just like anyone else. But I had a goal to have a minimum of $1,000 of volume to come as a result of me showing that plan. Now I got more. Sometimes you're going to get more. Sometimes you're going to get less, but at least $1,000 of volume. What is that? It may be 2 business class packs. See, that gives you 500 per business class of qualified volume, or 1,000 in qualified volume for a first class pack. But on the average, about $1,000 of qualified volume should come as a result of that meeting. So you're going to track that number, and the fortune is in the follow-up. See, as a result of me doing the meetings that I did, I had to do some follow-up questions to people who were in attendance. Even though they didn't sign on the dotted line at that time, those people who started a day or 2 later, they still counted for that meeting, and I averaged more than 1,000 for the meeting that I did when we were launching. So you have 5 and 1,000 is what you're looking to do. The next thing that you need to do as you're working the calendar and you're teaching this is to get organized. I want you to get organized. What do I mean by get organized? See, this is good for your life. We always have a saying that says, how you do anything is how you do everything. You know, the way you run your life is probably the way you're going to run your business. The way you run your business is probably how you run your life. And they go hand in hand in many cases. And so you want to make sure you get some things and have yourself organized so that the business is not a hindrance in your life. It should be something that actually enhances your life. So many people, what they do is they allow the business, because there's no organization, it causes more challenges in their life than it does, giving them any value. And we want to make sure that you get full value because you have organized yourself. And these are things that you need to do in life, period. So the first thing that I talk about is this, and I'm not here, we don't get into religion and politics or anything of that nature, but I know what I'm going to talk about right now for many people is very important. And so the first thing that you need to do in your life period, but also as you're doing this business, is to make sure you block out your spiritual time, if that's what's important for you. It's important for me. Or your charitable time. What you doing? Our business is all about being charitable. Throwing out a boomerang, giving it to someone, it goes out and benefits them, but it also benefits you. And that's what the CEO built the premises of this company on giving back. And so whatever that may be for you, maybe you need to jot that down and put spiritual time or charitable time, put a C or an S or whatever that is for you, and you block that time out on your calendar. Now that's done. The next thing after that, the second most important thing, if you will, is your family time. You need to make sure that you block out family time. So many of us are so busy chasing the dollar, chasing success. See, if you do this right, success is going to chase you. So I'm giving you the fundamentals so that you can do things and have a tsunami of success coming your way. And you don't have to chase it because you're doing the right thing by setting the right foundation up in the way that you're going to go out and build your business. So family time. Don't neglect your family, because a lot of times we have that issue of challenge because you're not giving enough time there. So block it out. For me, it used to be on a Friday, and it still is. Friday afternoon, I still look to have that half a day, because the girls are grown now, but back in the day, they used to, when they were younger, I didn't neglect them. They understood that I wasn't going to be there for everything because I was creating wealth for them. But I made sure that I gave them the family time. Your spouse, your significant other, your whoever it may be, block it out, put it on your calendar. And after that, there's nothing more important than creating wealth for you and your family. You build a financial wall of wealth for your family that surrounds you and protects you from any of the challenges out there as possible. Build a wall of wealth. So it's wealth building time. So I wanted to give you what the S, the F, and the W would represent. So here's your calendar, 5 and 1,000. So in our calendar, you're going to have these little circles on each calendar. And on every date, you select the days that you're going to show the plan. You select the days that you're going to show the plan. So what happens is when I'm doing it, I make sure the person that I'm working with, I put an S on those days, whether it's Sunday or Wednesday or C or whatever it is for you, your charitable time. You go on and block it out, and you should have that in your calendar every month. And then you should have on whatever day, for me, Friday, you should have the F right there representing family time. So you know that's your family time. And those circles that we have in our calendar represent the times that you choose to show the plan. Now, you showing the plan is going to be based upon your personally sponsored people that you're enrolling, or as well as the team of people that you have in your team that you're working with. So we're gonna talk about another time of how to identify who to work with. See, that's another part of the training that we have. You have the 2020 plan, you have the calendar, and then you're gonna have another piece that you're gonna do where we help you identify. It's all in the calendar. It's a flight plan. It's all here. We're gonna help you identify, and we'll talk about this part another time, but you will identify the key people that's in your organization, and we will identify who you need to work with, and that will tell you how to fill out your circles, because you're going to most likely find at least 4 meetings for a person, maybe once a week for that new person that you're working with. You get them committed for 4 weeks of doing meetings that you may help them with. And let me give you a little tip. If I'm working with somebody and I'm launching them, I don't just do 1 meeting for them. I'm not committed to them for 1 meeting. I'm most likely going to commit to them with 4 meetings. Let me explain what I do. I do 4 meetings because the first 2 meetings I said, listen, brand new person, Mr. or Mrs. brand new person, I'm going to do the first 2 meetings. I'm going to do the first 2 meetings. That way you can see me, and I want you to take notes and pay attention to my transition statement. transitional statements of how I'm going from one slide to the next. And I'm make it so easy, and I'm let them watch me do the presentation. Quick, keep it simple, keep it easy. I want it duplicatable, nothing fancy. I'm pointing and clicking. I'm just following the screen, and I show people how to get started. On the third meeting, the goal is for that new person now to be able to show the plan, and maybe I do the back half of it. So now I'm getting them used to doing the meeting, because I want you to understand this. If you continue to do the meeting yourself, it's your business. But when you help and empower other people to do the business, it's now their business. As long as you are the leader and you're doing the meeting, you have a full-time job. And I want to show you how to go out and duplicate yourself. So I typically will commit to the first two, 1 week after the other. The third week, I may do the back half, show some people, how to close out. And then on the fourth meeting, I let that person do the full presentation, and I just may say some closing words. And now I'm on to the next person in their group, because I may have identified the next person, because I'm always doing something. And I wish we had time to do it, but I'm always leading at the top and working at the bottom. I am leading at the top, working at the bottom, meaning that I'm always looking for the next person in that group to work with, so I can keep the fire burning, because a fire will always burn up. So now they're off with another person in the group. I may be going with another person in the group, and we're duplicating the process, and I'm showing them how to do this with the calendar. It's very simple, okay? So now we've identified some things. I've put my spiritual time in. The next thing, I have my family time in. It's already blocked out. Then I'm going to identify the times that I'm going to create wealth. So most of this can be done in the evening. See, you work full-time on your job or with your business, but you work part-time on your fortune. See, if you already have a job, we already know the hours you're going to work, and you're committed to the job. You don't have to commit to it. The job makes you commit to it. So you already know those hours. But now if you're running a business, I know you can have, I own multiple businesses now, and I know what it takes. I know what you have to do it. So my schedule is pretty tight. But for this business and creating the fortune that we're going to do, I made some sacrifices and opened up a window of time each and every day that I'm going to show the plan. Now, I'm showing you something that's part-time. What I'm talking about is part-time income. There's something called no time, meaning that you're not doing anything. And there's part-time. 4 times a week is part-time effort. 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. 2 hours a day, 4 days a week. That can create some income where you can replace your income in many cases. And what do I mean? See, in the evening, between 7 to 9, get you 2 hours. That's 3-hour window. You take 2 of those hours, and you commit to doing a meeting somewhere with 5 qualified prospects with a goal to get 1,000 in volume. Let me show you what's going to take place with this. Now we're creating wealth. With you doing this yourself and you expecting to get 1,000 in volume, if you do it 4 times a week, that means you're getting 1,000 on average per meeting, 4 days a week. Sometimes you can become a weekend warrior. If you can't do it during the week, do it on the weekday. Sometimes I do 2 to 3 meetings on a Saturday and a Sunday. You can get 2 to 3 meetings a day in on Saturday. So where are all my weekend warriors? See, you need to have, I'm a weekend warrior. Put that in the screen. I want you to get some things. 5 and 1,000, I'm a weekend warrior. And so weekend warriors work. You can get 2 to 3 meetings in on Saturday and on Sunday, and that can fulfill your obligation. And guess what? You can have the rest of the week off if you choose to. I wouldn't do that, but I'm just giving you part-time efforts of making sure you have 4 meetings in with an average of 1,000 volume per meeting. Well, if we do that 4 times, 1,000 times 4 is 4,000 in volume. If we do that 4 weeks, 4,000 of volume times 4 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, that's based on your efforts, you working the calendar yourself. Very simple. What happens now? That's 16,000 in volume. Based on your own efforts, you created 16,000 in volume. Now, what is that? You are a sapphire. See, you can go sapphire based on your own efforts. You can do sapphire based on your own efforts. You can recruit and get the sapphire, personally enroll people yourself to get the sapphire without a whole lot of duplication. But what happens now is you have a group of people that now you can work with, that if you have enough of these going in your calendar and everybody working with a purpose, then now you can duplicate yourself and create some major momentum. Now, some of you all, again, as I said, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna do a whole lot more volume than this. See, no time, part-time, 4 times a week, full-time, 3 to 4 times a day. If you're looking to get financially free, financially independent, 3 to 4 times a day. 3 to 4 times a day. You showing the plan 3 to 4 times a day and paying attention to your numbers, I'm telling you, you're going to collapse time frames. And that tsunami of wealth will be on its way to your household. So that's why I'm also making sure that I do 3 to 4 times a day. Now we're talking about full time. That don't mean all throughout the day. I still run my other business. So business people, you can't tell me you can't do this, because I do this. I have a full-fledged company and launching another one. But I have the duties of the Global Master Distributorship. It's more than being just a distributor, and I'm still fulfilling my duties here because I work by calendar. As I said, successful people work by calendar. If you get organized, you can do this business and have a life and run other businesses. When people tell me, man, my plate is too full, and they don't have what they want, you have the wrong stuff on your plate. And so I've been making sure that I'm showing people how to do what it takes to go out there and build this business, at the same time not neglect your life, your business, or your job. So get organized. You working the calendar by yourself can create 16,000, as I showed you, that's sapphire. Now you get in that covenant sapphire award that we have. And thanks to our marketing team for putting it together. I love the wings. That's now the first pinnacle pin into our company. But now it's time to duplicate yourself. You plus 2, that means you and 2 others. You plus 2, 16,000 in volume for you, 16,000 for another person, 16,000 for the third. That's 48,000 in volume. Some of you all are going to do a lot more, but I'm just talking about on a very basic level. You now have created a Ruby organization. It's simple. It's not going to get tens of thousands of people and hundreds of people. And no. Find the right 2. Find the right 3. Find the right leaders, and we're going to show you how to do that. That's why we have the thing of putting together the structure of the 2020 plan that's in this calendar. It's all right here. If you get the 2020 plan down, even just on the first level, not training that, but when you personally enroll 12 people, you got to remember 3 to 4 are going to quit, 3 to 4 are going to incubate, and 3 to 4 will work the business. Out of the 3 to 4, you're going to find 1 to 2 that's going to come in and work the calendar. And now you and the 2 people that you find who are workers, that will take you over to the Ruby position. That has the potential to take you to the Ruby position. So we're showing you some things, and if you follow the system will work. A systematic approach. Here's the other one. You with your calendar. Now I'm doing a whole lot more. I do 3 to 4 a day. I'm getting more volume than most people. A lot of people say, well, how are you making the type of money you're making? I am collapsing time frames. The one that I see, if your calendar is all marked up and you have it all marked up and you're keeping track of the volume and it's right there. It'll tell you, it won't fool you. You can't fool me. I can see it. You can't fool your leaders. I got the calendars all over the place, but you understand, you plus 4, you plus 4 is emerald. Not 15 other people. Yeah, that volume counts too. But if I simply duplicated and found the right people and you plus 4, you have emerald ambassador in our company. You plus 4. Ladies and gentlemen, to be a part of Loop, loyalty, unity, and edification. It's something about this number 12. I keep seeing it over my lifetime, and different people talk about it in different stories, but I can tell you this right now, and I'm not going to get all 12.
We're going to come help you.
We're going to come help. You plus 12. You plus 12. You just need 12 people with the dream. 12 people that can catch the vision. 12 people that are willing to do the work. Part-time, not full-time. Some of the people you're going to find, they're going to, the 4 days a week is nothing for them. They're looking to do 3 to 4 times a day. What happened if you have enough people doing 3 to 4 times a day? I said part-time, you plus 12, you over $200,000 of volume. 200,000. You are a diamond. You're getting the shield at this point. You're part of the sisterhood or the brotherhood. And if you stay plugged in, if you follow the system that's in place and you're willing to do the work, you can get this done. And I'm telling you, it'll change your life. And so I wanted to make sure that I had a chance to come in and give you at least one of the modules that we have in our company that can set you free from a systematic approach. Get your calendars through the group. And as we talk about the 3 things, the people that have the most people showing the plan, sharing the product, and of course, attending the events, but also the ones that have the most tools going through their group. Those are the ones that's going to make the most money in this company. And so I want to share that with you. I hope you get it. I hope you got it. You're going to get more of this. I can't wait to break down the 2020 plan. We're going to do some other training for you on this very soon, and keep up with the calendar training that we have, and we will lay out how to structure and identify who you need to work with. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to our VPs here. Boom. I appreciate you guys for what you have done and believing in the dream of Mr. Holton Bugs and all of the leaders that have come together. It's our time. Let's make it happen. Let me get a big boom if you can. Boom.